Okay, this was Friday while drinking my coffee. I made a viral post and now I have 400 comments and DMs to send, and I didn't want to pass the weekend on that. So what I did, I built an automation for that, and now I just have to click a button and then it sends automatically all the DMs here. And you can see here that, okay, check your message, please send me a connection request when it's not first level, etc. So this is a dream. And now we are going to build it. So this is the plan. First, we are going to set up NoCoDB. Then we are going to begin with a form trigger where we will put the post ID, the trigger word, in my case, leads, and the link to the lead magnet. Then we're going to get all the comment using Unipile. So Unipile, it's a unified API that can get all the message, and we can get everything from LinkedIn, which is absolutely a killer thing. Then we're going to filter the comment who has the trigger word. And then we are going to check if we are connected with the author of the comment. If we are connected, we are going to send the DM. But if we and we are going also to send a variable comment to say that it's sent. So we want to make it variable so it feels more natural. And then if we are not connected, we are going to send a comment to ask a connection request. And we are going to log that into NoCoDB. Also, when we send the message, we log it in NoCoDB, so we have a trace of everything and we don't repeat an action that we have already done because we check everything before. Then we merge these two branches and we check if we have more pages, because Unipile has a pagination every 100 page. If we have more pages, we loop and we come back to the beginning to treat the other pages. And if we don't have more pages, we end the workflow. So let's go. Hey, I'm Alex, n8n expert, ambassador, and automation consultant for agencies and B2B companies. I share practical AI automation to help you save time, money, and scale your business. Every week, I showcase actionable workflows to boost your results, whether you're an agency or a business owner. So if you want to take your automation to the next level or get a personalized audit of your agency or company, you can book a free strategy call with me. The link is below. Okay, so now we are in NoCoDB, and here we log all what we are doing. So we have the date, the LinkedIn ID from the person, the DM status, if it's a connection request or if we have sent the message, the distance status, so if it's distant 1, it's direct contact, and 2 or 3, it's not, the headline, the LinkedIn URL, and eventually the company and the post that we are linked with. So, now let's dive into n8n. So we begin by a form trigger, and in this form trigger we need the post ID. So to get the post ID, we go here, and this is the post ID. So we need the post ID, the trigger word, so here it was leads, and the link to our lead magnet. From there, we have a node code to initialize the cursor, because we are going to use the Unipile API, and there is a cursor for more than 100 pages, a pagination. And so here we initialize it being empty, and we make a try catch, because if not, if it's empty, it will fail. So this is the second run, and here we have the cursor, but in the first run, it was empty. Okay? Then we make an API call to Unipile. So Unipile, it's a really great API that can unify all your messaging APIs, and especially for LinkedIn, because as you know, LinkedIn is very restricted, and so it's almost impossible to get access to the API, and it's impossible to send DMs, etc. And this solution, it's a really great solution. So here, if we go to the dashboard, we need to create an access token. So we have 7 days of free trial. Me, I have an account, but this is my demo account. So here we create an access token, and we connect accounts. And so here I have connected LinkedIn, but if I click here, I can connect LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, Telegram. Twitter doesn't work at this moment. Gmail, IMAP, Microsoft Outlook, and we can connect several accounts of each type. Okay, so for the moment, I only have one LinkedIn account, and we can unify all that. Then the endpoints will be the same. And here we need several things. We need the DSN because it will be in all the API endpoints URLs. And we need the account ID from the accounts we are using. So for LinkedIn, it's this one. Then in n8n, we are going to do two things. So first, I have created custom credential. So if you don't know how to use custom credential to create them, or if you don't know about the HTTP node, which for me is the best one because you can do everything with it, I recommend to watch this video. And then I'm using the global variables in n8n, which are here. They are available, I think, in the Pro account and in the self-hosted version. I'm not totally sure, but it's very practical. Anyway, if you don't have the global variables, you can store that in NoCoDB or in Google Sheets or hard code it every time. Okay. I'm going to do it like that. Okay. And so here you see I have the Unipile LinkedIn for the account ID and the Unipile root, which is the root for all the endpoints in Unipile. Okay, so let's go back to the workflow. And so here we have the documentation from the API for Unipile, but I have made all the research for you, so you just have to use the template. So here we want to get all the comments to this post. So this is the endpoint. Here we need, in the query parameters, we need the account ID that I get from the global variables. And here, if the cursor is empty, we don't want the cursor. Okay, we don't want this parameter if it's empty to avoid errors. But if we have a cursor, so this is a ternary in JavaScript. This is, okay, is this true? If it's true, this is named cursor. If it's not true, then it's empty. And we get the value of the cursor from the previous node. Okay, and so it gets all the comments from this post. But now we only want the comments where the person has commented with the magic word, in our case, leads. So here we split out to have all the items and we filter the comments with the trigger. So I want the text from the comment to contain in lowercase the trigger words that we get from the form submission. Okay, and this is the result. So we have 6 comments that were not asking for the lead magnet. Oh, perhaps they have forgot. Then we check if we are connected, because we only want to send directly the DM to people we are connected with, because the number of DM we can send in LinkedIn, especially if we are on the free account, is limited, as well as the request demand. So we prefer to ask to the person to connect with us if they have not done it. So for that, we check if our network distance is 1. So if it's 1, it means that we are already connected. Okay. And so if we are connected, we are going first to check in NoCoDB if we have already sent this message, because we don't want to send it 2 times, because we have logged everything. Later we are going to log everything in NoCoDB, so we can check if it's done or not. So for that, I have the NoCoDB node. By the way, NoCoDB, it's an alternative to Airtable, which is open source, so you can self-host it, and I self-hosted on EasyPanel. You can watch this video if you want to know how to host on EasyPanel with n8n. So I filter by the formula. So the formula is very easy. It's easier than with Airtable. So here is the field I want to check. So DM status, to see if it's equal to sent. So in this case, it means that I have already sent a message because I have logged everything in NoCoDB. So we filter that. And then here I have a bit of code. So here, message sent, it's all the rows where the DM is already sent, and from there we take the LinkedIn ID. So this will return an array with all the LinkedIn ID from the people where we have sent already the DM. And the attendees are the people we want to send to. From there, we get all these people, and here we filter the ones that are already sent. For that, we use a filter function, and we check that this array doesn't include the ID from the attendee. Okay, because if it's included, it means that we have already sent the message and we return the filtered. So this was the second page. Apparently on the second page there was nothing to send, but on the first page you can see I have all these elements. From there we are going to check if it's empty or not. So if it's empty, we go directly here, but if it's not empty, then we use a split out again to get all the items. And here I'm going to do a loop because I want to log all the message sent one by one in NoCoDB. Okay, so the loop, the batch size is 1, and then I have a wait node because I don't want problems with LinkedIn. If I don't put a wait, then Unipile is going to send all the requests in one time and is going to crash. And here I'm waiting between 4 and 8 seconds each time I send a message to seem more human. So I put a random time. We can put minutes also to be even more secure and try to send no more than 100 messages a day, for example. So it's going to send that between 4 and 8 minutes is going to make a new request. So again, now we use Unipile here to send the DM. And so this is another endpoint, chats. We need again the account ID for LinkedIn, the attendees ID, so the person we want to send the message to. And here we have the message which have some variables. So first the name. So here we take the author name, we make a split, which is a JavaScript function, and is going to split the name in an array with 3 elements, or 2, here it's 3. Each time there is a space. And we take the first element, which generally is the first name. It can be wrong, but generally it works. Then we have the message and the link to the lead magnet that comes from the initial form submission. Okay. So, and also here, I have put the batch again. Yeah, I put it 2 times in reality. I think here it was not necessary. I just discovered that. So it's sent here. And then once I have sent a message, I want to answer in the comments that is sent. And here I'm going to create a message rotation. It means that I want to send a different message each time, so it seems more human and natural than sending the same one each time. So here I have this code and the different messages, and then I have wrote this code with ChatGPT, so it's very easy, but each time is sending a different message, which is cool. And so I get this message here, okay, and I have these other endpoints to answer in the comments. And again, I need the account ID, the comment ID where I want to answer that I get from the previous node, or from the loop. I get it here from the loop, and the text to send. Then I log everything in NoCoDB. So in NoCoDB, you have to write all the fields, okay, that you have on your table manually. In Airtable and Google Sheets, it maps it automatically, but I realized it was not a good thing. But because if you reuse your workflow for a client, and you need to log another table here, once you are going to log to change this table, it's going to reload, and then you're going to lose all this mapping, which is much more annoying to do than just hard coding only one time all these fields. Okay, so it's going to log everything in NoCoDB. You see here, okay, this is the connection request, and here DM status sent. This is what is important because we don't want to send it 2 times, and so we have seen in the node before that we are checking if it's sent or not. So here I need, yes, the DM status we want it to be sent, okay? And then we go back to the next element until we finish the loop. Now let's see the other branch, the one for the people that we are not connected with. So it's almost the same as here. We do the same here to check all the rows where the connection is sent, but here says daemon status equal connection request. We have the same code here, okay, to check if the people that where we have not sent the message already. And here we have also an if else. So if it's empty, then we go directly here. If not, we split out. We ask for connection. This is the same endpoint, but here I'm sending always the same message. We could also make a rotation, but I have not done here. And then we have the result of our two branches. So here I use a merge, but it's a merge that is not used to merge. It's a merge to wait the execution of both branch to be ended. Okay, so we use, okay, number of input, there is 2, and output type, wait for all inputs to arrive. This is something I have discovered not so long ago, but it's very much needed in this type of case. And okay, we want the data of specified input. This is not important because we are not going to use the output of this data now. We just want to wait for the execution to be done for the two branches. So, and now we are going to check if we have a cursor. So basically the cursor is happening here. Okay, if we go to the schema and we close the items, okay, that was the second turn. There was no more cursor because it was the second page and we have no more, but in the first run, we have a cursor. So here we are going to pass that, and here we are checking if this cursor that come from these nodes exists. So if it exists, we continue and we go back to the beginning. Okay, and so we are going to run everything again for the next page. And if not, we are going to stop the execution. And that's all. It works. You can use it. You can download the templates in the comments, in the description. I hope you like it. Now, if you make a viral post, you know what to do and you don't will pass hours sending these messages. Now you've seen how to fully automate your lead generation, validate email quality, and scale at minimum cost. Now it's your turn. The workflow is available below. And if you run an agency or B2B company and want an expert automation consulting, book a free strategy call with me. The link is below. And let's audit your processes and unlock real growth for your business. And if this video helped you out, don't forget to subscribe, like, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Bye. See you in the next one.